Hey there, all you cool cats and kittens. I just finished watching all of the Tiger King. And, what the fuck was that? Oh my gosh. Um, yeah. I'll save my thoughts on the Tiger King, until the rest of America is caught up and binged through. If you haven't started, a note. It's not all fun and games in the Tiger King. It is mostly a story about abuse, which is why it took me a little bit to really get on board the Tiger train, because it's just animal abuse everywhere, everywhere. No one should own a tiger. Nobody. No one should own a tiger. And let's see. Oh, then there's all the drug abuse. My God, that's another thing. If you're straight out of jail on a felony charge, you don't got all your teeth, you still got the meth mouth going on, maybe not tigers. Maybe not tiger care, big cat care. I don't think that should be your first stop, but I am not the Tiger King, so what do I know? Not to say that I side with Carol Baskin, because I don't, although I like that she's PETA approved, I gotta say. But yeah, Carol Baskin is also a hypocrite. So, there's no real winners in the Tiger King. Just no real winners. It's like watching like a car wreck, or I don't know. Yeah, it's like watching a car wreck or a train wreck or something. Like, you don't want to, but you can't stop watching. And the whole time you're like, oh, why? Why have I done this to myself? I can't stop. All in all, that was a really nice waste of, like, what, 8 to 10 hours? It's great. I'll take what I can get there. Anywho, so there are my thoughts on the Tiger King. Today is April Fool's Day, and I just recently had a birthday, and I didn't think that, wait, actually just like I knew my birthday would be awesome, because birthdays are always awesome. I love birthdays. I love celebrating your birthday. I love celebrating my birthday. I love birthdays. Anywho, so when I woke up on my birthday, it was like I felt so shitty. The nausea hit me real hard, and I'd been fighting a headache for like a couple of days, and I just was not feeling it. I was like, oh God, can we rain check this? But everybody was so excited for my birthday. My mom came over, and like people sent me things. I got all kinds of presents, and it turned out to be a really good day. Like a really, really good day. I ended the day with like an ugly cry, because I was so just overwhelmed with all the love, really. Marsha. Sweet angel Marsha. Marsha put together a video where everybody said happy birthday to me, and she even got my favorite weatherman to say happy birthday, and I ugly cried. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I watched it like 3 or 4 times, ugly cried every single time. But it was, I mean, it was probably the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. It was so sweet. Marsha, I love you. I don't know how to say thank you enough for that. Like, I'm just still blown away. I don't know how you did that. Also, just some round 2 updates. Chemo this time was not as bad as last time. I didn't have that like day 4 crash. I didn't sleep for like 48 hours, like long enough to worry people. It wasn't like that this time, but it definitely does still have some side effects, and I can feel them starting to creep in a little more, and a little more, and a little more. And the one that's honestly like messing with me the most is like my cognitive function is not where it was. Oh my gosh, I'm not really there like at all. I think there's a multitude of reasons why. But all the books and message boards and whatnot, they call it chemo brain. And with the first round, it was just like kind of a brain fog where I was just like, I don't know, it felt like I had just woken up and I was still trying to like gather my senses, you know? But this time, it's more of like, I will just straight up forget, like, I black out. I don't remember anything after my, so after chemo was on the 24th, right? So I have all day chemo, and then the next day I go in and I get a shot, and that's supposed to help up my white cell count. So I don't really remember anything after getting that shot. Like, there's just not until the 27th, I think was Friday. Yeah, it's weird because I've been journaling, you know, and I've been trying to write my activities down and like symptoms and just kind of keep track of things. But I went back to kind of write, like, to log my sleep and see how much I've been sleeping. And I went back to go, like, write it down in my little chart, and I was like, oh my God, I don't remember what happened on those days. I know I was here. I know I watched some TV, but I don't remember much else at all. Like, the first round, it was, like, kind of, like, in little bits. Like, I started reading a book during infusion, and then I picked it up later on, and I couldn't remember anything that happened in the book. Like, I basically had to start the book over again. And I didn't really think anything of it at the time, but now I'm, like, there are, like, days that are gone, and I did my fair share of partying, sowing those wild oats, you know, before all this started, and I never had that problem. I browned out a little bit, where like I, you know, got the gist of it for the most part. You refer to Always Sunny for the actual meaning of browning out, if you've never heard of it before. I believe they coined that term. Great episode too, by the way. It's the Halloween episode where they brown out. Anywho, yeah, so I had never really had the like blackout before where you don't remember anything you did because, like, you know, drinking or drugs or whatever, I never really had that until now, when like I don't want it at all, and it's a little bit scary, to be honest. Like, I feel like I'm here and I feel like I'm in charge of my brain, but I can also feel my brain not working. And yeah, I forgot, oh my God, sweet Ellison Wren is my friend's baby, and I have loved that baby since she was in utero, and I forgot her name the other day. I was talking to my mom, and I was going to show her this video of little Ellison because she's so cute, but I couldn't remember her name. I was like, what? And it's just like I don't know. It's weird, and it's a little bit scary to not feel like you're in charge of your body or your brain. And yeah, I'm a little bit nervous to see how this continues on. But it's also, see, the other thing in this, I feel like, is that, like, when I'm not sleeping, because I'm exhausted all the time, I'm just exhausted. I wanted to make this video on my birthday, like make a fun, cheerful birthday video, but honestly, I was just tired out. I slept all day yesterday. I slept until like 5:30 yesterday, and then I woke up for a little while and ate what I could and went back to sleep at like midnight, and then woke up today at 1. So I was just so pooped. But the thing of that is that you're see, and then my brain just like it times out, and then it's gone, and that thought's gone. Oh yeah, okay. I was thinking after that thought left, my brain was like, hey, it's time to probably eat something and like rehydrate, because I'm not able to eat as much as I was before. I'm like, I try to hydrate, but like there's just this constant nausea. So you can't just like chug some water, even though that's all I want to do is just chug some water. Take sips. Gotta take sips. Ice is good though. I really like munching on ice. That's nice. I like munching on that ice. It's nice. Yeah. So, I'm tired all the time. But my birthday was really good. My brain doesn't function nearly as well as it used to. It's not something that I enjoy. It's like I can feel how much energy it takes to make a thought. And like in the days right after infusion, I can't like read books because it gives me a headache. And I can't, like now I've been trying to read all day, and like I can't find my place when I get to the end of the line, and then I have to like find like where the next line is. It's like my eyes don't work as well as they used to, and like the reaction time in my brain from like the see the thing, process the thing, understand the thing, and then react to it, like that's slowed way down, if it's functioning at all. There's sometimes when like I'll just look at something and I won't comprehend it. Like it's almost like I forget how to read. It's weird and I don't like it. However, on the plus side, because there's always a plus side, always. On the plus side, I can relate to my brother now better than I've ever been able to relate to him before. This is coming at a great time, because he's in jail. Shocker. I don't think I've shared that with anybody yet. My brother is currently in jail, in Whitley County. From what I understand, he is in a cell made for 12 people, but there are like 40 to 50 people in that cell, and he sleeps on the floor. There's no books there. He says it's like the worst jail he's ever been in. No, I do feel bad for him, and well, that's a straight up lie. I don't. I can say I've been on this planet 32 years, and I have never once worried about going to jail. So, yeah. Anywho, I was talking with Peyton about all this. I had my birthday phone call with him, and, like, I was talking about how, like, I just feel so weak and, like, out of it, and I don't know, like I can see my pulse, and he's like, oh yeah, I know what you mean. Apparently sometimes when you do some hard drugs, say like some meth, and then you don't eat for a while, you get the same kind of effects as like cancer and chemo drugs, I guess. So, yeah, so we talked about that for a minute, like how like disconcerting it is to see your pulse visibly and think like, oh, what should I do about that? Because that's not normal. It's most likely not okay. So, yeah. The answer to that, in both cases, cancer and drugs, is more drugs. So when I see my pulse, I take an Ativan and I chase it with a protein shake and try to eat some stuff as much as I can. And when Peyton sees his pulse, I guess he just did more meth. Probably not as funny to everybody else as it is to me, but you gotta see the humor there. Another thing, the quarantine, right? This, like, no hugging people, no touch, no massage. Oh God, I need a massage like you wouldn't believe. No massage though. It's shitty. I spend a lot of time by myself because, I mean, nobody can come, like, my mom comes over to take care of the house and the dog and stuff, but, like, she's at risk too, and my dad's still recovering from blood clots in his lungs, so, I mean, she can't be here all the time, and when she is here, like, social distancing, man, we can't touch, so most of the time I'm just back in the bedroom by myself, hanging out. And that is also very similar to prison. Not the same, mind you, because I have my sweet, sweet dog and the Tiger King to keep me company. But I was talking to Peyton about how, like, human interaction is absolutely necessary, and it's insane how much just talking with another person can change your mood, your attitude. It's a game changer, human interaction, and it's really necessary for life. If you don't have human interaction, then you got to have an animal or something to kind of bounce your thoughts off of, or I don't know, whatever. You can't do it by yourself. You can't. It's I don't want to say it's impossible, because nothing's impossible, but it's real hard. It's real hard to just be by yourself all the time. And Peyton could super relate to that because he's gone to the hole before in jail. He was like, yeah, around day 10 is when you start, like, okay, well, I've run out of things to think about. And that is so true. I was telling him, like, during my MRI biopsy, which was still the least pleasant medical procedure I've ever been through. I ran out of things to think about, and, like, pep talks and stuff. I just kind of ran out. So I started thinking about all the dogs that I knew. Just all the dogs. I knew lots of dogs. We're all friends, me and the dogs. I tried to do the same thing with cats, but I don't know as many cats, turns out. But I do know a lot of dogs. So, yeah. And then we kind of chuckled about that. And it's been nice to have those sorts of things to kind of connect with. Because I'll be honest, relationship is a little bit rocky right now. Mostly because for a minute, like for a week, after I had been diagnosed with cancer, after I had done the IVF, I was doing chemo. Yeah. It was like last week of February through the first week of March. Nobody knew where my brother was. Nobody knew where he was. Nobody had heard from him. He wasn't answering his phone. He wasn't on Facebook. And we were all scared. I was scared he was dead. And that is some bullshit. That is some bullshit. Don't you make me think that you're dead when I have cancer. I have things to do, and you are going to fuck up my aggressively positive attitude with your I don't check in with anybody, I've been missing for a week, right? So, we're working on it, though, you know? Both of us have plenty of time to think. We're pen pals now. And we have new things to connect with. It's interesting how many things there are that are very similar between cancer, chemotherapy, and quarantine isolation and drugs, the thing that happens when you come off drugs. There's a word for it that I can't think of, but it's the reason why most addicts are addicts still, is because they don't want to come off the drugs, because it can kill you just coming off of them. It's detox is the word. So like between meth/heroin, and God knows what else, between those drugs and detox and jail and solitary, there's a lot of similarities there. Who'd have thunk, right? But I feel like that's going to go a long way in helping us to repair our relationship. Yeah. Pretty sure I just ran out of things to talk about. And I've been doing this for like 20 minutes, so I'm going to call it a day. But I would like to say thank you so much to Marsha. Marsha, you are an angel. A sweet angel. I don't know how you do it, but you're the bee's knees, girl. The bee's knees. Love you. That was the best birthday present ever. Seriously, the best birthday present I have ever gotten was that video that you put together, and to all the people that contributed to that video. My God, thank you, you guys. Clearly you heard what an amazing birthday present it was. I might go watch it again right now. So, I'm calling it. I think that's the end. I'm gonna go back to scrolling the internet and stuff. Alright. See y'all later.